Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Picnic Table Chat Show. This is Season 5, Episode 6. I'm afraid we missed Episode 5. Something came up. I wasn't available. Let's leave it at that, shall we? So, welcome everyone watching on all the different platforms, listening in the future on any of the platforms and all of that. You know what I mean. Welcome. How is everyone doing? Give us a little comment in the comment section if you're here watching live, or leave us a comment and I'll get back to you in the comment section if you're not watching live. So, what we've been up to? It's been absolutely hectic. As I said, I was away for a little bit, just completely unforeseen circumstances, nothing I could avoid, but I wasn't available for a little while, which meant I had a lot of catching up to do when I got back. We've sent out quite a few packages, just to say the least, without Royal Mail being very helpful also. But we sent out quite a few packages now. I think pretty much everyone has had their free gifts on the exhibition because I pretty much got none left, which is a good sign. What else have we been doing? There's a massive I want to say update, restock sort of thing that I'm doing on the website at the minute. I'm going to be changing a few things of how it looks. Anton Betts, welcome back, and thank you for coming back. It's really nice to have you here during the live stream. You don't often make it whilst we are live. So on the shop we're having I'm doing a massive restock, but not just a restock. I'm changing a few things, adding a few new cool features that you'll be able to do with your queen. I'm not going to go into massive detail just yet, but all of that will be available very soon on the website, and you will see the difference from day one. On the homepage, big changes. It's going to look really cool, a little bit more professional looking, I'm hoping. So on and so forth, and we've just been super busy here in the ant corner. I could show you, I suppose, but I am kind of topless. Let's see if I go up with a camera, then I won't get any of my. There we go. So we've been super busy in the ant corner at a minute. Lots to that side and lots to that side, and you can't see anyway, because I didn't even show you. But anyways, I won't worry about showing you just yet. Basically, I've got some new ant colonies. I've got quite a few new ant colonies that I've had to make room for, and I will be doing a full update and tour very soon, doing lots of new videos on all the new colonies and so on. My Nikos have expanded to a point where I had to give them an expansion, basically. So I had another Ants Canada doodad. I thought they're in the Ants Canada tower. I may as well keep it Ants Canada. Really annoying because he uses like extremely weird size of tube that I couldn't find anywhere. But luckily I had some adapters, so I plugged on some adapters and did the tube. Anyway, so the Nikos are really happy. They're exploring the new outworld. They've been exploring it and eating in it since last night, to be honest. Using it quite a lot. I'm looking at it right now. There's probably between 5 and 10 workers in there. A major keeps coming down and having a walkabout, which is really nice. Nice to see them actively using it from straight away, because it's sort of, because you don't see the colony because they're in the tower. It's kind of hard to guess numbers, but I knew it was getting kind of hard to get into the tower, and that's the point now. So I cleared out all the rubbish from within the tower section and I closed it up tight, so hopefully I'll never have to open that again whilst there's Nikos alive. And I'll just use the outworld area from now on for all feed-ins and everything like that, because the towers you can water from below. They have like holes in the bottom and the water will go up as it evaporates. Not as well as watering from the top, but it is still effective enough. As I trialed it for about 4 months, to be honest, and that's how the plant grew, so I know it was still working. So yeah, I'm not too worried. The outworld I've left pretty much bare. It's just got a few easy bits in there for decoration, just for a little bit of something to look at. But I like it as a nice viewing area. You know what I mean? It's not too much. They're not able to really hide in it. Right now, there's quite a few walking about. I don't know what they're doing. They're sort of gathering and having a run, and I don't know. They're having sports day. They're having ant sports day right now. Can you remember sports day? I used to hate sports day at school. It was like the worst thing ever. When they'd be like, right, everyone, we gotta get ready for sport. No, run. Like it's not even like PE. You could avoid some days. You know, you don't take your kit into PE or whatever, or you pretend to be ill or something like that. But sports day, there was no avoiding sports day. If you were in school, you was in sports day. Younger sports day is not too bad. Sack races, egg and spoon, that sort of thing. Older sports day, they want you to run like 1500 meters. Oh my God. Yeah, I did not like sports day. Although I love sports now, like when I was younger, I did not do sports at all. So there's a little fact for you. Oh, so other things we've had going on in the ant corner, it's been a little bit crazy, we could say. We've had Polyrhacus dives everywhere. Now, they did have a massive mating session. Even yesterday, I could see a queen out and being mated with about 5 males. So it's still ongoing about a week and a half after it started, which is quite impressive. I don't know how many queens we've got in there now. Probably quite a lot. Probably quite a lot, yeah. I know we've got at least 10 queens in there now, which is quite intimidating, and it could be more. It could very well be more because I stopped counting quite a while back. I stopped watching as much, to be honest, because it was just so ongoing. So we could have a lot of queens, which is quite scary. I've added in some more cocktail sticks, right? So I've just put some cocktail sticks in and around the nest area that they already have. And this is just going to encourage them to carry on building in that space rather than going off and finding a satellite nest in a more suitable area, because they had run out of like pre-made scaffolding, if you know what I mean. They like to have something to already start with. So I thought, yeah, I'll add in the long cocktail sticks, you know, the long like barbecue skewers. Yeah, so I stuck them in, and one of them's pretty much touching the nest. The rest are all sort of about, and yeah, they'll use that. I'm hoping it will work, because I have been finding quite a few ants about in the ant room, in the ant corner. They are just sort of. Well, the other day there was a good few hundred escaped, and they were just sat on top of the tank, and a few of them were wandering around the room on the carpet and all sorts. So I had to pick them up one by one, as you do. That was a bit of a long process, but we got there. And since then, I am just like, now I'm literally turning around and having a look. I'm just routinely looking, because I am still finding them walking about on the top of the tank. Your weavers ate using a hole in the, yeah, weavers will chew their way out of things. The thing is, mine, they have an easy escape route, and I've always given them that, because it's the sort of tank that, I don't know, like if there's an issue, they need to be able to get out. I don't know. It's just what I do. So, like, although they've got the barrier, they literally have a escape wire, like, which goes straight out the tank, past the barrier. There's nothing to stop them, and they only ever use it like occasionally. It's only happened like 3 times. This is the third time, I think. And the other 2 times were a lot more major. They were like a few thousand workers left and just decided to make a new home somewhere else, normally on top of the tank, which is a bit of a nightmare, but always easily fixable, you know. This is the first time they've really started venturing about, but it is a lot warmer at the moment. And I usually say that they stay around the tank area because the rest of the room is cold. It's not at the minute. It's it is 29 degrees in the whole room at the moment, so it's quite warm. They're quite comfortable to walk about. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but I'll just keep my keep my eyes open for them and try not to get bitten too much. That is always the key factor. Try not to get bitten. Good evening, Katrina. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking about my Polyrhacus dives constantly escaping. They had their mating session, didn't they? And they've been escaping since that. But I've done some modification to the nest area, so hopefully they'll stay there and concentrate there with all this food here, right? So Polyrhacus dives, you know, they're weavers. So weaving takes a lot of protein. You've got to feed the protein to the larva. Obviously, they feed the protein to the larva, and they will produce the silk. But it takes a lot of protein to produce that silk. So I'm hoping that, like, this is 65 waxworms, something like that. I'm hoping that this 65 waxworms and a few roaches I gave them yesterday, 65 waxworms will hopefully spark the creative juices, we could say, and they'll start producing the silk that they need to build around the scaffolding that I've just provided. And hopefully all of their efforts and concentration will be focused there, and I won't really have to worry about them escaping because they'll be busy doing that. You only really find that they escape when they've got nothing to do. If you're not feeding them regularly or something like that, you know what I mean? If they're busy like weaver ants normally are, then you're generally okay. It's when they're bored. Or just when they're frantic. I mean, I found a few flying about and it was just like, oh my God, get back in the tank. But like, I don't even panic now. Like when it first started happening, I used to be like, oh my God, there's ants out. Now even my wife is like, babe, there's an ant. Get the tub, and we literally just get a little tub, scoop them up, chuck them back in the tank, and that's all it is. We don't even panic. It's like, oh, okay, there's an ant. Like, whatever. I suppose we probably should care a little bit more, but we just don't. Oh, well. So, who's excited for Sheffield? Sheffield is just coming up. Well, I say just coming up. It's in February, 11th of February. It's going to be amazing. Tickets are on sale very soon, 1st of October. And I will be doing the first update at the same time. But I won't be releasing much information like who's going to be there or what they're going to be doing. I will just tell you simple information things a little bit more than what's out already. You're going to have to wait till a little bit closer to the show until we give you all the information. But it's going to be worth it. Tickets are just going to be £5. There will be some early access tickets available as well. If you want to get into the show just a little bit before everyone else, there might be a few freebies and stuff as well involved in that ticket. But you'll have to wait and see once you buy one, won't you? Again, we're not releasing lots of information on these things. It's just going to be, you got to wait and just got to buy the ticket and see what happens. No, it's going to be a brilliant day. The venue's absolutely stunning. I hope you've all had a chance to check it out. We are going to get some really cool people there as well. Be assured that I am working around the clock to make sure that you are well entertained on the day. No, I can't wait. Again, those tickets are going to be available on the 1st of October. So make sure you've got £5 in your pocket or in your bank account, I suppose. You will be able to buy tickets at the door on the day, so don't worry about that. If you want to do that instead, it's going to be the same price on the day. No messing about. I don't know. It's going to be really cool. So obviously we had our first show, and I've learned a lot from our first show. It was a success. It wasn't as amazing as it should have been just because a few people didn't turn up and vendors and so on. But it was still a brilliant day, and I did learn a lot of skills and things that I could improve on. And I've definitely taken them on board with this next show as well. Gone a lot more. It's going to be a lot more professionally done. Let's say that everything's it's so much more complicated when you go like this, but I just like to keep things easy, as you know, but you got to do things a certain way when you reach this sort of level, you know, which is not an issue. We were always planning to get to this point. I'm just crossing things off my list. Did you hear that? I think you did. So yeah, my ant room has changed around a little bit. It's going to change around a little bit more again. I've still got more stuff coming. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we've got 40 something colonies on my shelves in front of me, which is quite a few colonies, quite a few. And that's just personal colonies, not talking about all the test tube stock and all of that I've got on the shelves as well. But yeah, and all the other insects and everything else. So we've got quite a few colonies at the minute, personally. But it's brilliant. Like I say, I love it, and I think you might get to see a few more of my personal colonies show on YouTube as well. I might give them a one-off glance, but I don't know. We have got 6 colonies that I've never shown on YouTube, and I've always said I never will. But you might get lucky very soon. We've got quite a few colonies, so why not? If I go do a full ant room tour, I might involve that corner of the room as well. We shall see. We shall see. But obviously, there is massive things happening in the background here at the headquarters of Ants on the Rock. I can't obviously go into detail. Everything these days is so locked away, I'm afraid. Like my committee and my moderators, they would all bite my head off if I let out too much information of everything I'm doing. So I'm not anything anymore. But there is massive things happening in the background here. You'll see some big changes happening in the background of the videos and things very soon. It's going to be impressive, and you'll be like, oh wow, didn't know you were doing that. Yeah, I should be really happy about it. I should be happy. So what else am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Right, I know it's National Day of Mourning. If you're in the UK, you already know that. If you don't know, the Queen died, so we're all having a National Day of Mourning for her funeral. But I had this planned a very long time ago, so we are still going ahead, but in a respectful manner. Here's a home education group that I am joining tomorrow to give a lesson for tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be brilliant fun. With all the, I love doing this sort of thing, sharing the passion, especially with youngsters who are passionate about it as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm taking the amazing Amy with me. Oh, it's also your son's birthday. Happy birthday to Katrina's son. Happy birthday. I don't know his name, I'm afraid, Katrina. That's really bad of me. I'm sorry. You know all of my children's names. That is bad. But yeah, happy birthday to him. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, I'm taking the amazing Amy with me tomorrow. It's going to be good fun. She's obviously really helpful, really knowledgeable about her ants and insects, and so enthusiastic. It'll be stupid not to take her while she's got the day off school. So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow afternoon. But like I say, we will still be respecting the day as much as we can, because it is the National Day of Mourning. And as much as we aren't too worried about that sort of thing, we are still respectful of the day. You know what I mean. Oh dear. And then, so we got this one tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely amazing, like I say. But then, not far away now, there is going to be an event in Weymouth. Now, the event in Weymouth is going to be a really good one. It's going to be at Weymouth Library. I can't remember when, and I can't remember the details, but it will be on the website very soon once I've done that big update. In the event section under where you can find us, I think it is. Something like that. There's quite a few different drop-down tabs and stuff on the website, isn't there? But it's one of those things. I just keep adding more and more and more. I can't help myself. Doesn't matter. It's my website. Whatever. So yeah, the Weymouth Library one, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. We've actually got a classroom. How cool is that? It's going to be the first time I've been given a whole actual classroom. Yeah. I'm going to be doing classes, as you can imagine, but it's actually a room, a class. I'm going to be like a proper teacher. I haven't done that for it. Like, so back when I used to work for the council, I can't tell you all my details on my work, obviously, but I used to train professional members who dealt with other people. Again, it's hard to explain without explaining it. But yes, I used to go into an abandoned old school, fill it with teachers, and I would stand at the top and teach them. It was absolutely fantastic. It was like, this was the role I always wanted. Like, dear, like if you had told me I'd be doing that when I was like at school, it would blow my mind. But yeah, so that was good fun, getting them sat in their own like seats. But like I say, it was weird because it was it was a school that was shut down, but they hadn't taken any of the work off the walls, and it had been shut for like 5, maybe 10 years or something stupid. And it was like, it was creepy. Like you went through, like we used to arrive early morning to set up and stuff, and it was like just us in the building. It was like, oh, this is a little bit weird. Like I don't get spooked out by stuff. I don't do ghosts and stuff like that, you know. It was a little bit eerie and a little bit weird. Just yeah. So whatever. But once the teachers and everything, once you get the lights on, it's a completely different story, you know. Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, so anyways, Weymouth Library, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. Like I say, we're going to take loads of different insects and ants down there, talk about a few different things. I'm not going to tell you about what I talk about when I give my lectures and stuff. For that, you'd have to go to one. Again, it's one of those things I'm just not going to give away. Please do endeavour to come to one of our workshops, lectures. We are doing all sorts. We even do parties now. I've had inquiries about doing birthday parties and showing up with a load of our animals, but we do all sorts of stuff. So please do keep your eye on the where you can find us page, because I'm going to try and keep it more updated soon, because we've got bookings all over the place. Like almost every other weekend I'm somewhere at the moment. It's great fun, but it's very, very busy. And the worst and hardest, well, I say worst, the bad thing about it is I don't drive. So it relies a lot on public transport and taxis and stuff. Which I don't mind, but it's one of them things, and it'll be a lot better if I drove, or if I can find someone who will drive for me. Now, that is one of the main things that I am working on at the minute, is getting another pair of hands on the Ants on the Rock team that drives. So that needs to happen at some point soon. I'm just checking around for more. No, it doesn't look like there's any Polyrhacus dives about at the moment. That's good. Now they're probably quite busy feeding. There's quite a few, as you can see there. But looking around the tank, there's still loads everywhere else. So yeah, it's like their numbers are just ridiculous. And now there's like God knows how many queens. It's going to be absolutely more ridiculous. Not a bad thing, but it'll be good fun. It'll be great fun. I'm not going to complain. Never complain about lots of ants, because that was always the aim and the main. First time. So let's talk about something else. What else has happened since I came back from my mystery go away, disappearance act? We'll say that. Manny the Mantis. Oh, cool. So I come back. Manny the Mantis was like, he's molted again. So there's two molts hanging at him. He's never been interested in eating his molt. It's kind of whatever. But he's got his wings. And he's so cool with his wings. I think that means he's fully grown. And he does flap them about. Like literally the first time I looked at him, he started flapping them at me. I was like, cool. So yeah, that's really cool. Fed him earlier, and he grabbed hold of the tweezers and not the worm. I was like, well, he might have had the worm, but he had the tweezers. I was like, give it back. It took him like a good 30 seconds to let me go. Like, come on, man, just get the worm. It's not like I hold it right at the edge of the worm as well, so there's loads of worm for him to grab. And he went for the tweezers. Whatever. They're supposed to have good accuracy as well. He missed, or almost. Whatever, it was good. So I'm really happy about Manny, and he looks happy in his closure. I want to get him some. I always said when he gets to this size, I'm going to get some more higher branches, because the driftwood bits that I've got in there only take up half the space in the enclosure. So I want to get some more taller ones, just to give him more climbing space, really. I mean, he's still got loads of climbing space, but let's really utilize the space of the enclosure now he's at full size. When he was young and he first turned up, he would have got lost if we had put more stuff in there, let alone any plants. Excuse me, I just need to cough. Whoo, nearly lost the lung, but it stayed in there. Right, so I chucked the waxworm in for Mr. T, the tarantula, earlier, and it is still climbing about on the branches. It's literally climbed everywhere. They don't normally climb on the branches for long. They normally climb for about 30 seconds and fall off. This one has literally climbed up and down all the different branches, whatever. Mr. T's not bothered. He hasn't eaten in a little while, so I thought he'd be hungry. And the way he's kind of been sat about at the very entrance of his tunnels made me think he might be looking to come out very soon and start eating. Apparently not. This waxworm's just knocking about in his enclosure doing nothing. It might be different when the lights turn off. You know these things, when lights turn off and they're not so bothered, or distracted by it all. Lots of animals and insects, their state changes, state of mind, state of whatever. They go attack mode. You know what I'm trying to say. My jeebus, I am tired. Can you tell I'm tired? I'm very tired all the time at the minute. It's because I'm doing a lot of things. We won't go into that. Anyways, so other things that have molted. Can you guess what else have molted? Probably not. My giant cave roaches, right? So I been meaning to like sort their enclosure out for a little while now since I got them, because at that point I just poured what they came in into a much larger enclosure. Well, I say much larger, it's about 2 or 3 times the size. So they had the same substrate, same stuff that they came in. So I knew they were happy, but it's not, it's not enriching, is it? So I got them out one night, put in some proper substrate, then laid in what they had already on top. Um, Put them back in, came back the next day. 2 of them had molted already. One of them now has its wings, which I again believe means it is full size and male. And it is so cool to see. They are absolutely massive. So I'll be taking them with me to the workshops just to say, here, look at the size of these. And everyone will be like, ah, I'll be like, hold one, come on, they're harmless. And they absolutely are. They're completely harmless. They are omnivores, which they will eat pretty much everything, but they are completely harmless to you and I. They can't bite us properly. Other roaches like dubias and stuff, only herbivores, so it's a bit different. Yeah, both are absolutely loving the bat guano that I got from the same stall at the exhibition in Bristol. Um, that bat guano seems really good stuff. I've never tried using it before with any of my invertebrates, but every single invertebrate seems to be benefiting from it. Now that's my millipedes, my isopods, roaches, the beetle inside, look, everything. They all have had a little dust in, and they all seem to be doing really well. Now I've seen 2 different things. I've seen that they like to have it kind of on the floor of the enclosure, because obviously if they were in a cave, it would be on the floor of their home. But they also like to be dusted. Now, dusting them, because they're invertebrates, a lot of their environment gets soaked in through their exoskeleton. Um, and when you dust them, it does exactly the same. They soak in a load of that nutrients. Now, this is what I was reading. Correct me if I'm completely wrong, please. But what I was reading, it was quite interesting. Like I say, you need to dust them over their bodies basically, and they will absorb those nutrients as well. That's like, so when they're on the floor of a cave, they'll literally dig into it and dig around in it and stuff. It's the same thing, they're soaking in all those nutrients. So yeah, really cool. I've had fun trying to get them to a point where I can dust them, because they like to bury themselves anyways of a situation. But it's all good fun, it's always good fun. So it is now. I was going to say it's starting to cool down, but it's not really. But it is getting towards hibernation time. Oh, who knows what they're doing? If you do have questions about hibernation, head on over to our Discord. I'm sure one of the moderators can sort you out with a link if you're not already in it, or send me a message and I'll do exactly the same. But head on over to our Discord. There's this new feature where you can do topic-based chat, and we have opened up a topic for hibernation diapause questions. So if you've got any questions about how to do it, what you need to do, so on and so forth, head on over to that, leave us a comment, and one of us will get back to you fairly fast. If not, someone else will be there to get back to you. There's loads of people over in the Discord still, and they're happy to help. Dino is there pretty much non-stop. He's really good. As you all know, Dino's really good. He's really good over at Discord. Need to figure out what ones do and how. Exactly. So if you head on over to Discord, they'll probably be able to help you over there. Worst case scenario, if you want to send me a list of the ants that you have. Like, give me a full list of all the ants that you have. I'll go through and put like a tick or a cross or whatever, or mark it off that they don't. Um, there you go. I know you love the Discord. It is really good, and I need to get on there more myself. I just haven't had the time to commit to it, I'm afraid. But that's why I have such brilliant representatives who do get hold of me if I need to come in for any reason. You know, it's always just a click away. I've just been super busy. But yeah, send me a list of what ants you got, and I'll go through and tick them off and blah 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 blah, and then I'll walk you through because some ants need things done slightly differently. I generally let the room start cooling down naturally, and when it reaches a certain point, I then go chuck them in the fridge. But you know, it's not quite as simple and as straightforward as that. It never is. You know what it's like. But so yeah, head on over to the Discord, check out our topic-based chat sort of feature thingy majiggy. See what it's like. We got a few other things there. We got a chat topic room thing for the exhibition in Sheffield. If you've got any questions or just want to chat about it, that is the place to do it. I'm going to be giving everyone who buys a ticket will get a link to that chat room area, whatever you want to call it, channel. And yeah, so it'll be a good place to talk about who's going and whatever. You know, it is there. It's there if you want it. It'll be good. It'll be good. Now, I've written something on my piece of paper and I can't remember what it says. Not a didgeridoo. That's kind of funny, isn't it? Now, really oddly, right? So I'd done 2 videos in 2 days, right? And they are the shorts on YouTube. I done one, it got like the normal amount, 160 something views or something like that. That's normal. The next one I'd done got 1,400 in like an hour. Now, why is that? That's so random. It's happened a few times. The other time I got like 3,000 in an hour, and then it just pretty much outright stops. It's really weird. But yeah, so bit random, but yeah, happy days, I suppose. Don't forget, you can always do us a favor as well by sharing these streams or any of my videos and just saying, hey, check this guy out. We can always do with the more subscribers and viewers. It's always good to get new faces in here as well. So don't forget to share. And if you haven't already, drop that like and subscribe and stuff like that. It all helps the channel massively. So, is there anything else to talk about? There's not a massive amount on my list. But feel free to ask any questions. If you want to talk about anything, you let me know right now. Otherwise, we'll start heading towards the end of the stream. I'm afraid it's not been a long one again tonight. We are working on I am working on putting some more stuff together in that ant corner and whatnot at the moment. I've got so much going on. There will be a lot to talk about very soon. But I just haven't had this is the first stream in like 2 or 3 weeks where I've had time to write a script. And I can be honest, there wasn't that much on it. It's just like that at the moment, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to see some massive changes soon. Again, I want to tell you all of these things. You know I do, but I just can't give away that much information. It would be too much. It would blow your minds if I told you all at once, and you know we don't want that to happen because then I'd have no fan base at all. But no, I think we're going to start heading towards the end of the stream. Don't forget, I love you all. You're absolutely fantastic. But on a serious note, don't forget, if you do want to chat about anything, ants, or you just want to chat, I'm always here. Send me a message. If I don't get back to you straight away, send me another message. I'm not bothered at all. It's usually that your message has worked its way down through a list of other messages and I just haven't got around to it. But send me messages. Like, don't be afraid of me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm always here. Like I say, if it's ants or anything, you can always chat to me. But yeah, so massive thank you to everyone for signing in again to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. Please do press that like button and don't forget to share some of my videos and my channel. Tell people to subscribe and get us out there again. Massive thank you to our sponsors, Answer Us and Valhalla Martial Arts here in Weymouth. They are just going to go on a side note. They are absolutely smashing it, Valhalla. I say they breed champions. One of their fighters has just had like a first round 10-second KO, and he's going for like a championship next or something. Another one, like it's just been relentless, and I believe they are absolutely doing their own show here in Weymouth. So if you are local enough to support that, go along to a mixed martial arts match. Absolutely fantastic. It'll be a good night. I've never been to a mixed martial arts match, but I used to obviously do boxing, and it was always a good night out. Normally a black tie event or some description like that. I don't know if they do the same there, probably not, but it was always a good night out regardless. And it's always worth supporting something. I'm dying again. So a massive thank you to all Patreon supporters. Absolutely love you all. Katrina, Stacey, and Jason, you know you're fantastic. If anyone else wants to join Patreon, check it out. It's only £3 a month. You can support us through that, or there's many other ways to support the Ants on the Rock channel, brand, whatever you want to call us, as we grow and stretch into so many new things. But we can't go into details. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. You know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, Discord, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, pretty much everywhere that you can think of. I don't know. Everywhere. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Thank you all for signing in. You're absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the feeding of the Polyrachus dives. I will keep dating on whether they keep getting out. Let's hope not. But as always, from me, I love you all. I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night.